preliminary final night would live in the memory of Dogs fans. Mark Seymour, I think 3 times makes you a regular. Welcome again to AFL 360.
It's a pleasure.
Who were you hugging?
I actually was I felt quite strangely detached. You know, everyone else was weeping.
Were you weeping?
No, and I didn't shed a tear. I was sort of in shock, really. It was sort of, I was standing there and someone looked at me and said, "What's wrong with you?" You know, and then I realised everybody was crying. I went with my mate Rod, and he was just, his mouth was hanging open and the tears were pouring down his face. It was like...
So you were in shock?
I kind of went into mild shock, I think, yeah.
I've got a present for you.
I mean, I'm a dog supporter, so, you know...
Yeah, I've got a present. We had some footy cards last night, as you know, because you would have watched the show last night.
Yeah, no. Thanks,
That
mate.
come out of the first footy packets. We thought we'd save it for you.
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, very kind.
So you had a gig on, so you couldn't go to the grand final, is that right?
Yeah, northern New South Wales, yeah.
Can you sign it and give it back, Ash?
Are you serious?
Yeah. Sign it. I'll put it up somewhere. You don't want it, do you? You know Bob.
No, I'd like to flash it.
Did it work or not?
Yeah, it worked.
Oh, there we go, look at that.
So what was your grand final day experience?
Oh, look, we were in a resort hotel on the north. I think it was Coffs Harbour, and because we had a show inland somewhere. I can't remember where, on a mountain somewhere, and we just sat around watching the game.
In the pub?
No, it was in a motel room. It was fairly.
Motel room?
Yeah.
What are you, a recluse or something? Why don't you get out in the public?
Oh, it's getting difficult.
No. Why? What happened?
Oh,
am I not knowing what that means?
No, I'm being very ironic. No, we ran. I just remember running around the room screaming my head off. You know, that was incredibly exciting. Yeah. So
what about when
I felt the mood.
What about when Bob got up?
That was incredible too. I mean, it was the highlight of the season, without doubt. Yeah. I'm so glad it happened to them.
A 2-disc album released today, 24 of your great songs from 85 to 2016. Is it hard to narrow it down to 24? And I don't mean that to sound egotistical, but I imagine you would love a lot of songs and probably on some days love some and on another day outlove others. Was it hard to get it down to the 24?
It was, yeah. But look, pretty much the songs, they're all from I've got 36 songs in my repertoire, and they all sort of start from about 1985 and through to now. And I think the hardest thing was picking songs off the latest album, which ones I was going to, because I love the last record, you know. But that's always, that's the thing you love the most, the last thing you did, you know. It's like your last game that you won.
31 years. A, it tells you you're old, and B, it tells you what a great performer you are to survive in the industry. Do you agree with that, or is that a sense of fairness or not?
Yeah, I detect a tone in that, don't I?
No, but it's 31 years. That's a long time. I mean, most musicians are dead after 31. The drinking, the drugs, and
that's
else.
the myth of rock and roll. Yeah.
Myth of rock and roll. Maybe the myth in Australia.
Well, you know, there was a point I remember at some stage in the murky mists of time when I had to curb a few habits.
So you're 31. So it's 31 years, and you brought out a CD. It's brilliant.
Thanks,
well
mate.
done.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to you performing, especially with your daughter here. So play the weekend forecast with us on a footy front.
Here we go.
So we start with sure thing. Who's your sure thing of the weekend? Be the Dogs, wouldn't it? Yeah, against Fremantle.
Yeah. Gray won't have 33 and 6 against Adelaide. If he does, he will be on the show next week.
Okay.
Righto?
The showdown will be a spectacular.
He's a great player, Robbie.
Absolute lock.
You?
The showdown will be a spectacular. The most at stake, Mark?
Hawthorn. I've changed. I had something else there, but now I'm saying Hawthorn.
Yeah.
They really need to lift the game.
Nice.
They looked very tired last week.
Yeah, they did.
Robbo?
Oh, mine's St Kilda. This is a huge game at Etihad Stadium, Brisbane. One for Richo would be good too.
It would. Josh Kelly for me, in front of the new constituency, maybe?
Yeah, North Melbourne, GWS.
Be good fun.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
It's funny how it worked out. And a doomsday scenario, the worst thing that can happen?
There's a lot of teams that fit into that category. It's probably Freo. I mean, it's kind of already happening, I think. Or possibly Gold Coast.
Collingwood lose by 70 plus.
Yeah, that wouldn't be great. I've got Suns get whacked.
That wouldn't be great either.
Because the last thing that'll happen in the weekend, it'll probably reverberate. All right, Mark, we'll let you take your place. Can't wait for you to close the show for us. Mark Seymour plays the weekend forecast with us. He's about to close AFL 360, so join us next. Friday night footy, this time tomorrow night. The best of the pre-game, halftime and post-match analysis right here on Fox Footy.